when we moved from Central from unamended to Central, we had a letter from a brother in the South here sent to all of our members of our people saying, stand fast, don't do it, don't listen to them, stay where you are, the truth has to be upheld, and so on. Very much objecting to our interest in joining Central Fellowship. So my wife sent a letter and said, could you please explain a couple of things to me? This was the letter she got back. No fellowship with Jean Giordano. Dear Jean Giordano, your letter stating the fact that Norfolk has joined Christadelphians worldwide is in hand. First, you will note that I have refrained from addressing you as sister. I believe that in order to address one's brother or sister, that the same fundamental truth must be held in common. It is my sincere opinion that amended fellowships believe and teach another gospel other than the one taught by Christ and the apostles, and as received by Dr. Thomas and other pioneer brethren. Just make sure you understand, this is not representative of everybody. This is that one side of the unamended community that wants nothing to do with us. Continued, servants of Christ, Christadelphians in the true sense of the word, must also be watchmen, and as such, it is their duty to sound a warning when they perceive that there is a schism or error threatening the body of Christ. It is a tragedy that when the split occurred, that those who left the body, and then he put in there Robert Roberts, and became known as the amended, didn't take an entirely different name. This would have saved much confusion. You ask for sound biblical reasons to reconsider the amended position? To go into every fundamental difference in doctrine would take volumes. This is their view. There is a real possibility that neither the amended or the unamended have the whole truth, but it is certain that one of them must be wrong. Consider this. Many amended writings, while professing to rigidly conform to Dr. Thomas, quote only the portions of his work that support their own interpretations. Works such as the Blood of the Covenant by J.J. Andrew is regarded as heresy and profane and is proscribed by the central hierarchy. Since the amended and unamended fellowships teach to believe entirely different fundamental doctrines based on the following, a true reunion is impossible. Nature of sacrifice of Christ, nature of man, and condemnation, the purpose of baptism, personal sin, resurrection, responsibility. I do not agree that Christadelphians are either amended or unamended by circumstance, because she was making somewhat of a deal that I did. We are commanded to study the Word so that we may be able to rightly divide the Word of truth. I do not agree that we do not have a choice in what we believe. We can at any time change our beliefs based on the study of Scripture. As a raised Catholic, when I learn the truth, I change. Actually, those who once professed to be unamended and have been convinced that they must now become amended and be of the central fellowship for salvation have made the right choice. They are now in the group that they are in agreement with. All that we ask is that they leave the rest of us unamended alone. However, I would strongly advise any that were once unamended and have defected the amended to be swiftly re-examined and re-immersed. The doctrines that they were baptized into unamended was on an entirely different set of beliefs than they now profess to believe, which would make their baptism invalid. This is strong language, but it shows you a very real perspective. We have no way of working with that perspective. It would take some kind of miraculous intervention to engage in any kind of unity after that. So the point is, we're not trying to work with that. We're trying to work with other people who don't see it that way. People that you know that seek fellowship with you, that can't understand why you don't break bread with them, are not these people. But they're in the same community and they're kind of connected at the hip. It's a very, very strange, perplexing, difficult situation. And a couple more letters I'll read you short form of. This was something that was sent to Schooley's Mountain when the commendation letter came out. The Del Rio unamended Christadelphian Ecclesia, as members of the body of Christ, believe that in order to have true fellowship at the Lord's table, those partaking of bread and wine must share the doctrines and laws taught by God, Jesus, and the writers of the Holy Scriptures. If we knowingly partake of the bread and wine with anyone not sharing these doctrines, we become partakers of their evil deeds. Therefore, our fellowship with Christ and God would cease. The Del Rio Christadelphian Ecclesia breaks bread exclusively on the Birmingham unamended statement of faith, including the doctrines to be rejected in the commandments of Christ. That's a strange statement. Due to the unrest in the brotherhood, we have felt the need to add the following items to those with whom we are not in fellowship. Any brother or sister who is in any way involved with or knowing willingly fellowship with the UAOA, Williamsburg Consulting Foundation, CGF, or any other organization affiliated with such. There are currently 4 members in our ecclesia. Our basis of fellowship in Mississippi has not changed at the beginning of our ecclesia, which reaches back at least 6 generations. Our fellowship is based exclusively on the BUSF, and therefore we accept these standards as taught from the early days of the truth. With this in mind, we accept the Arkansas Unlimited Bible School recent statement on fellowship, which we just read. We intend this letter to confirm beyond doubt that our hope is based exclusively on the BUSF. Here's the point. This dispossession poses no threat of inclusion. It can have no viral effect on the sexual community. It is without any import where our perpetration of the doctrines that we believe, the gospel that we preach, the fellowship that we enjoy is concerned. It cannot affect it. We are impervious to this disposition. It isn't a threat. It is not a threat. There's no way you can put this together with us. It won't work. So, what is the difficulty with those who desire fellowship with us, who say we believe in the ASF? We have no problem with. We want to be in fellowship with you. And at the same time, they cannot find a way to break the relationship with people that don't have anything to do with them for that view, but they are the same community people. That's, the paradox of the problem. It's a problem that needs to be resolved. I didn't come here to offer you the solution, but I know these are the parameters that we are working with. How do you have fellowship with one side of a split personality and not with another? So now I'm going to go into an area that I think is important for us to consider. We have one God and Father of us all, who is above all, through all, and in all. If we were to respond to the prayer that Christ made in John 17, by responding as his bride, this is what we would say. Father, the hour came when you glorified your Son, and your Son also glorified you. You gave him power over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as you have given him. And this is life eternal, that we might know you, the only true God, Jesus Christ, whom you have sent. He glorified you on earth. He finished the work which you gave him to do. Your Father glorified him with your own self, with the glory which he had with you before the world began. We have manifested your name to the world. We are yours, and you gave us to him. And we have kept your word. Now we know that everything that you have given Christ is from you. For he gave us the words which you gave him, and we have received them, and know in truth that Christ came from you. And we have believed that you did send Christ. He prayed for us. He didn't pray for the world, but for us, who you gave him. For we are yours. All his are yours, and yours are his. And he is glorified in us. He gave us your word, and the world has hated us because we were not of the world, even as he was not of the world. He didn't pray that you should take us out of the world, but that you would keep us from its evil. We are not of the world, even as he is not of the world. Sanctify us. Separate us from the truth. Your word is truth. As you sent him into the world, so he sent us into the world. And for our sake, he consecrated himself, that we also may be consecrated in truth. He didn't pray for his disciples only, but also for we who believe in him through their word, that we may all be one, even as you, Father, were in him and he in you, that we also may be in you, so that the world may believe that you have sent Christ. The glory which you gave him, he has given to us, that we may be one, even as you are one. Him in us, and you in him, that we may become perfectly one, so that the world may know that you sent him and have loved us, even as you have loved him. And now he is no more in the world, but we are in the world. He has gone to you. Holy Father, keep us in your name, which you gave him, that we may be one, even as he and you are one. While he was with us, He kept his disciples in your name, which you had given him. He guarded them so that none of them would be lost except the son of perdition, the scripture might be fulfilled. But then he ascended to you. And these things he spoke in the world, that we may have his joy fulfilled in ourselves. Father, he desired that we also, whom you have given him, may be with him where he is, to behold his glory, which you have given him in your love, for him before the foundation of the world. O righteous Father, the world has not known you. We have known you, and we know that he sent Christ. He made you. He made known to us your name. We will make it known. The love with which you have loved Christ may be in us. Keep in us. It will be our response to our Lord's prayer.